Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Farm. Thinking right out here in the lab where I do what I do for you. I ain't in the lab, I'm still on vacation, my bad. I'm still out here doing my thing, but it's all good. I got something nice for you today. When you're sitting around thinking and contemplating, you come up with a whole lot of different concepts. I got one for you today. This ought to be a doozy. Let's go. That is a 24 rule to live by. Storytelling. The story with a message. There's always a message in my story pertaining to life. I give life lessons. You tune in to receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right Thinker's mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right Thinker's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily, will help and guide you to attain your own goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka to know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See, we go with this. Before we just get there together, let me ask you a question. Do you know you? You will when I'm through. That's the program. A person, it's rhetorical, but if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. Yeah, that's what I do. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you, right thinkers? Know thyself. And to my eye, be true. Excuse me. I'm going to mix a little bit of right thinking philosophy. I'm going to throw in a little bit of Masonic philosophy. See how this works out for you. I'm going somewhere with this. Let's see if I can get you there. Right thinkers, let's talk about right thinking is operative. That means doing. And speculative. That means thinking, acquiring knowledge, a.k.a. life lessons. They both do the same thing. I do both, so let me see if I can mix them in. All right, let's go. I don't just teach right thinking philosophy. No, I'm the dean of instruction for Masonic philosophy for 15 years. But I live it. When I was a Mason, I lived Masonically too. And I practice what I teach. Hence, sage. That's what I consider operative right thinking philosophy. If I was an operative Mason, I would be laying bricks and mortars and doing what I do. But if I'm a speculative Mason, I'm going to use that same philosophy to build myself to be better with the same tools that the Masons use to build edifice, you use to build yourself. It's all symbolical. It's all to help you for, we call it, for a more noble and glorious purpose. And that is true. I don't argue that fact. All right? But in life, no matter what, experience will always be your best teacher. And that's how you know what you learn is the truth. By what? Experiencing it for yourself. You ain't got to believe it. No, I ain't asking for your belief. I'm asking for your own time to put in and you experience it for yourself. That way you will know. We call it gnosis. What I give you is what I consider the hidden esoteric message, aka spiritual truth that once practiced, you can use that to know thyself. That's what they are. The truths are laid there for you to use just that. And they know how to play that game with you. They hide everything symbolically. But since my man, K. Dot, then broke the symbolism down, everybody want to get symbolic. I've been there a long time. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the club. So that my parents, my mother and sister told me when I found God, yeah, welcome to the club. You ain't the first one. Okay, so get over it. And that word is called gnosis. It's spelled Gnosis. Christians was called Gnostic Christians. Why? They knew God. They had a philosophy that taught them how to know God. Why did the Roman Catholics scratch it, hunt them down, kill them, and destroy the information? But because they had a philosophy that worked. Gnosis is what? It's actually working, operating in what you practice in the philosophy. You're putting it to use. Masons use that. Building bricks, building buildings, you building yourself. Spiritually and speculatively, that's exactly what you do, metaphorically. But you have to have the allegorical stories, the mythological stories to go with it, and then you got to put the work in. Learn, understand, and then live. Okay, gnosis is operative and speculative knowledge coming together to what? To manifest, if you put them to use, the truth as you know it to be. I was just telling one guy talking, I said, listen, I teach a philosophy, and the fact that you and I both believe in God, but if I didn't believe in God and you did, we both still be right. He looked at me strange, like, I said, no, that means everybody has the right to believe what they want to believe. That's what makes it right. If they don't, that's on them. That's their choice. Okay? Because you don't make it right. Moving on. All right. But what is operative? Operative means to do, hands-on, to actually practice the philosophy. I practice my yacht all the time. That means I'm keeping balance in my life all the time. My thoughts and my actions, everything I do has got to be balanced, a.k.a. right. How about that? Divine. But what is operative right thinking? Just that. You're going to do what you practice. You're going to do what you learn. You're going to put it to use. That means practicing of what the teachings when daily. I live it. That's a way of life for me. That don't make it a religion, but people think that because you do it, it's religious. I ain't got a problem with that. But yeah, I practice it. That's what I call operative right thinking. That's practicing what you're learning when daily. For me, it's practicing what I'm teaching when daily. Same thing. It don't change. Okay? And now, by living it, by living your teachings, it brings a little more authenticity to the teachings. Why? If it's working for me, all you got to do is practice it. It'll work for you too. That's why I show it to you. Just like that. Transparency. Why? That's what I'm trying to get you to do. Know thyself. That's what I do. True right thinkers. I mean, if you're 100% invested, you will eat, sleep, and drink right thinking philosophy. And by doing that, I can guarantee you will receive the benefits, aka blessings, for doing just that. I do when daily. You could not, but you wouldn't believe all the stuff I tell you that just doing things, practicing it, works for me. So that's why I'm die hard to what? Keep trying to pound it to you. Or you got to just practice it for yourself. Moving on. I'm passionate about what I know. I practice, again, what I know. And that's operative, meaning I'm doing it. Right thinking, philosophy. But when you do it daily, keep telling you, ain't nothing I don't do daily. That means I live it. I live right in what? My everyday normal life. Not just come here and act like I'm so smart and intellectual about God. No, I live it. I practice it. I manifest it. I'm serious about that. Okay? But again, operative right thinking philosophy is the first part about it. What? That's the starting point. You got to practice it. Simple as that. It don't just happen. In order for you to obtain self-mastery, you got to go through the fire, you got to walk the walk, you got to slay the dragon, you got to go to your nice dark side. Whatever you call it, you got to do it. So it ain't in the name. Again, this ain't what you do. But that's how you acquire self-mastery. I tell you all the time, I got a joke. I say, when I told God, if my calling was to teach people how to get to you, why'd I got to go through all that other, you know? He said, that's how you got the job. Touche. So I know if you do what you're supposed to do, that's what you need to be doing. And that's meaning practicing what you teach or living and practicing what you preach. Don't make a difference to me. Live it. If you're going to talk about it, teach it, preach it, you better be living it. Simple as that. And you'll be the beneficiary of that. Why? You should know that answer. Moving on. If you're serving God and you catching hell, are you really serving God? I'm just saying. Well, everybody got adversity. I know that, but everybody got karma. Okay? Understand that too. But now, this is my favorite part. What is speculative right thinking? It's all mental. The first law of the Hermetic principle is all mental. God is up here. Okay? God is here. Okay? Understand that. Let me say it again. God is up here, is mental. And the first law of Hermetic principles is, it's all mental. It's no other study. But I'm going to leave that there. And if you're going to study the 7 principles, 7 liberal arts, whatever, but first thing you got to realize is it's mental. That's speculative. I'm going to take the same compass and square, or the philosophy of how it works, the dot and the circle. For those who don't know, God was first represented, the sign of God was the dot and the circle. You use, only way you can get that is by use of compass. So when you see God in heaven, he always got the compasses, has circumscribing and keep himself what they call due bounds. It's a philosophy that the Masonic Masons preach and teach to you. And it works like a charm. Why? It's the truth. Simple. If it worked, that means it's right. Moving on. Where we at? Okay, speculative. Understand, when I say mental, God is spirit. God is all conscious. God is all encompassing. We know that. But we know the God that's in us is the spirit that's in us is of God. We got to become conscious of who we are. Hence, know thyself. Okay? So it's all, again, mental. But when you put the spirit, the heart, and the mind, you become conscious of who you are. That's right thing of philosophy, mastery. Because now you're learning to commune who? With your higher self. With the what? Daily meditation. Praying don't get you nothing. It's just information. But if you're praying and putting in the work, oh, you get results. Guaranteed. If you're alchemist, you're a chemist, you know if you put this formula with that formula, oh, you're going to get a reaction. That's what the pyramids is for. Moving on another lesson. But it's all mental. Let's play the mind game, okay? Why? That's what God is. That you need to know that. In the Masonic knowledge that they teach you, speculative masonry, speculative knowledge is used by showing you signs and symbols. Black and white checker for good and evil, light and dark, ignorance, enlightenment. All those are just symbolical lessons that you can teach and learn from that perspective, and it works like a charm. I try to break it down to you from a little more mental aspect, from what? Good and bad. Right there, easy. It ain't complicated. Watch this. So with Masonic knowledge, which is speculative knowledge, they use the signs and symbols, all right? Esoteric knowledge is what they call occult knowledge, meaning I know what the compass and square mean. I know the definition, the significance of the Bible and the compass sitting on top of the Bible, all that. Why? I practice that ritual. I understand that I'm part of an occult. Oh, you Illuminati, stop. Nonsense. All right, but a cult just means a group of people who come together and practice a certain philosophy or dogma. All right, but occult knowledge is just having what they call hidden information, or stolen knowledge, whatever what they call it. But it's you having understanding the better know yourself. Masons. If you're a mason, your son should be a mason. If you're a carpenter, your son should be a carpenter. If you're a preacher, your son. You see we're going with that? Like father, like son? Not all the time. Not every time. But the first shoe that your offspring will walk in is yours. So whatever you set out for him, he gonna walk until he decided to walk on his own. I did. He did a conversation with God. He said, God, I see 2 sets of footprints. You say you never leave me, but then I see 1 set. He said, no, I never left you. I would never do that. But when you couldn't go on, I carried you. So in life, if you look back and every now and then you see 1 set, that means you were being carried. I would prefer to see 2 steps, 2 footprints. Why? That means I know he's still there and I'm still holding my own. Philosophically. Okay, that's the concept. Again, these is life lessons. Again, just to get you to understand the hidden meaning. Y'all talk that good, quoting every scripture from the Bible and don't have a damn clue what it means. Why? You ain't living it, you just talking it. Don't even understand it. I'm getting better understanding from y'all own book, and I don't follow it than y'all do who claim to love and know it. Well, I'm just like that. I pay attention, and I've got discernment, and I have understanding and intellect, so sorry, my bad. But esoteric knowledge is the best knowledge. Why? Because that's the truth. But they hide it because they said the masses can't have it. That's the part right there that don't set well with me. You telling me that masses are ignorant, but you don't want to tell them the truth. You want to keep them ignorant? Yeah. Oh, I forgot that 10%. Y'all feast off of that. And then the higher ups, oh, they really love it. Moving on, that's another level. We ain't going there. We stand down here, lower level. Keep it simple, stupid. All right, when you have consciousness, that means you knowing, you're aware of who you are. AKA, you can't be tricked, fooled, led astray, bamboozled, hoodwinked, none of that. I ain't for no games. Ain't no game you can come at me that I ain't done played or been dealt with. So ain't nothing new under the sun. Grandmother told me better than anybody. Grandson, I got a 6th grade education. That means I learned that crap from him for 6 years, but you can't trick me. I love that. I mean, oh, my grandmother was smart as they come. She didn't want to say the phrase was, we going to hell in a handbasket, and she only went a 6th grade education. She knew that. Jeffrey Bodine had a 6th grade education from the Hillbillies. Remember that? He could cipher and decide, but you only need to know enough. And once you get enough, the rest of that stuff is, you're wasting time. Life will teach you certain things that you need to know. I give you life lessons why I live, so I have something. Moving on, and that's what it's all about. Talk to your elders. Speculative, meaning mental, is all internal. Speculative is mental. Operative is action, emotions and action. You put them together. Now you got manifestation of something that should be good. Good in, good out. Okay? Now, operative is actually doing, living it, aka doing it, performing the action. Being an operative right thinker, meaning you putting your work in. Being a speculative right thinker, meaning you understand the knowledge and the teachings that's been set forth to you, and you putting your work in. That's what self-mastery comes in, and that's what happens when you do those two things. You practice right thinking philosophy, all right, by putting in your work, the operative. You learn the lessons by getting clarity and understanding and using them daily. What's going to happen? You become a master in no time. Of what? Yourself. You know yourself. Oh, you'll be good at that. And nothing's better than knowing thyself. Everything else is, but that work that you put into know thyself, it wasn't easy, and it shouldn't be. Why? If it was, everybody would be doing it. Since they don't want everybody to know, I got an issue with that. I'm gonna make it simple for you. How about that? Okay, I'm not trying to trick you. No, I'll make it real simple for you. Just do this. Trust me. And I'm showing you. We called it Maya philosophy. Our ancients called it Samatawi. We called it Shita Netta. But it's all based on what? Maya, balance. And when you practice, when it's practiced by my right thinkers, with both sides of your brain, both hemispheres, left and right, a lot of us are one-sided thinkers. That's called unbalanced. Unbalanced thinking is ignorance. Why? You got two sides. You need to use them both. And being ignorant of using it makes you ignorant. Don't get upset, frustrated with me. I'm just trying to get you to understand it. If you're just using half of your brain, you're using yourself for disturbance. Why? Use them both. That's what you got them for. If you don't use it, you lose it. Right thinking preaches, I got to use all of it. I'm getting all the lemon out of this juice. I'm getting all the juice out of this lemon, excuse me. I'm squeezing to the bitter end. And guess what? It'll never run out of the juice. Trust me. If you can conceive it, think it, if you can put it to use and use it, you will be able to manifest it. If you don't understand it, you can't use it. We all are pretty much operative right thinkers. Why? We putting the work in. We living, doing. Those are things you have to do. You can't get around that. And because we live it, win daily, what happened? Well, I do. Good things. Good things. Good things. Y'all call them blessings, call them graces, mystic miracles, but good things. When you don't bring bad or negativity into your environment, it had no way. It got nowhere to stand. Why? It's got to go. That's why. Positive, high vibration. If you're not living that at that level, the right thinker philosophy, rules daily, you're not a right thinker. Sorry. And it won't work well because you ain't doing it right. You ain't doing what you should be doing, but you're expecting something to happen. That's called insanity. doing the same thing, expecting something different, a different result. If you practice right thinking philosophy, I guarantee you a different result. Moving on, that's the difference. And wrapping it up, again, I appreciate you tuning in. Hope you're getting a philosophical understanding of this lesson. I was trying to squeeze it in from a right thinking sonic concept like. But speculative, aka esoteric lesson, meaning you're getting the truth. You're getting the butter from the duck. If you can comprehend and understand the symbols and subjective concepts that I give you subliminally, and yeah, make you think. I want you to do that. And when you're learning, and that's what the real purpose of and the meaning of right thinking philosophy, to get you to think, to get you to know, to get you to do. So then it works for you, not just me. It works for you too. And if you practice it, that's my question, my point. Wrapping it up. If you're thinking right, okay, let's start. If you're doing right, okay, there you go. And now you're talking right, along with all these other things, you're doing the right thing, and only good things can happen when you do those things daily. But in order to live right, some rules. In order to live right thinking philosophy, you the individual, have to learn it yourself and then put it to use. That's what I do, and why I do what I do is for you to do just that. Get it, use it, and you'll know then for yourself. And the goal is to what? Know thyself. I don't just live it to show operative right thinking philosophy, but I'm learning it and I'm taking it in order for you to, you can live it, practice it, but you need to be intelligent enough and use your intelligence to learn it, comprehend it, and manifest it for yourself. It won't be what I said. It won't, no. You know for yourself. You can speak in the I presentation. I know thyself. Now, Mark told me I know. No, I ain't told you nothing. You will know if you master yourself, not me. I know I'm the master me. You need to do the same thing. That's my point. All right, wrapping it up. When you're able to learn and comprehend the teachings that I give you on a daily basis, I guarantee you will be master of yourself, aka right thinking. Wrapping it up. Why? God is spirit. Okay? Mental is speculative, and comprehending this thing between your ears, that's what you have to use to know God here. We already get, he's the gift. Life is the gift. He gives us that. Comprehension is on us. We call it free will. When we become conscious of that, watch this. And when you have that conscious of your own, when you have your own God mystical experience, enlightenment, anointment, nihak, whatever you want to call it, spiritual enlightenment, when you have it for yourself, that experience that you have, that's when what? It proves that you, that God, yes, he's also operative. Why? He do work too. And it's a good thing. When you do for him, he'll work for you too. We call them blessings. Hope you got the lesson. Hope you understood it. I got to go. In closing, right thing, because may y'all live to be 100, me 100 minus a day. So I never know that my right thinkers who start to know themselves passed away is getting better.